The Master of Shadow is perfect for players who enjoy summoners and similar characters. It allows for the same advantages and abilities without losing the strange traits of shadow magic itself. Most Masters of Shadow prefer a life of luxury. They aren't necessarily debauched, but they swiftly grow accustomed to having things done for them. Most live in finery-filled manses or keeps if they can afford to do so. These complexes tend to be somewhat distant from nearby people due to the Master's poor reception in most communities. When given the option, Masters of Shadow prefer to dwell near enough to other communities to purchase what they need, but far enough for privacy. When they manage to obtain political power, most Masters of Shadow tend to be demanding rulers. Already predisposed toward taking servants for granted, they are convinced of their right to rule. Although not necessarily cruel, they simply fail to consider the needs of their subjects. The Shadow Elemental needs little in the way of care. The greatest known Master of Shadow is Lady Thaniel Tiagan, the Duchess of Or. She and her disciples, all lower-level Masters of Shadow, rule a small, independent province with an iron fist, using their shadow servants as spies and enforcers. Sanja Yuridin hires herself out as a bodyguard for rich and noble clients, protecting them from a distance with sentinels of darkness. Finally, Fallen Riz, an abnormally flamboyant Master of Shadow, is well on his way to becoming a one-man adventuring party. The Tenebrous Cabal and other organizations treat Masters of Shadow like any other members. Their activities on behalf of the organization and their mastery of shadow magic determine their place in the scheme of things. This circumstance often prevents Masters of Shadow from obtaining leadership roles, because their study of shadow magic slows down as they master their servants. Thus, a small but growing number of Masters feel the Cabal is mistreating them. Masters of Shadow are often bitter rivals of Children of Night. The Masters feel that the children practice an unholy or even perverse form of magic, seeking to become what they should instead rule. The children in turn believe that the Masters seek to control them, along with all other beings of shadow.